Here's everything you need to know about Hytale's second update. I read the patch notes, so you don't have to. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, I go by Cozy. I mostly make cozy cottagecore Minecraft builds, but I also do reviews on indie games and some cozy desk and PC setup reviews, and now I'm also adding Hytale to the mix. If that sounds like your kind of vibe, you should totally like and subscribe for all kinds of cozy content. Okay, on to the patch notes. There's quite a bit to cover, so I'm gonna go pretty quick. That means listen up. First up, cosmetics and character customizations. There's new avatar customization options for everyone. There's this little bandit mask, new blindfolds, and 3 new mouth designs, cute, vampire, and orc, which are so adorable. I love how varied the character customization options are, even this early on into early access. Makes it feel extra immersive for me. There's also been some updated visuals for some of the haircuts. I listed the names on screen. You can now toggle your armor visibility. This is such a small but lovely quality of life addition. I do love a cool armor design, of course, who doesn't? But my character is so cute, sometimes I just want to keep up with my aesthetic without also nerfing my stats. So that is now a thing. Next, some gameplay changes and additions. There is a new grimoire that can raise skeletal minions from bone piles. It's called Rekindle Embers. So far, I've only gotten this to work with the bone piles that you craft, not like bone drops when you kill a skeleton. If you know of another way, definitely let me know in the comments. The instructions on the grimoire are a little vague and misleading in my opinion, saying it, quote, only applies to bones of species once bound to elemental fire. But maybe I'm just missing something. These grimoires have a chance to drop when you take down a large Praetorian skeleton. It is very cool that we can now have our own, like, little undead minions. As far as mining is concerned, you now have to mine adamantite with a thorium or cobalt pickaxe. And the effectiveness of pickaxes have also been adjusted a bit, so lower tier pickaxes are going to do much less damage to higher tier ore blocks, and higher quality axes are going to just be a lot more efficient. Seems reasonable to me. As far as mobs are concerned, polar bears have been buffed, so tread carefully, and then on the flip side, magma toads have been significantly adjusted. Its tongue damage has been really reduced, and it also has a new headbutt ability, which I've yet to see, but I think that's cool. Next, crafting and decor, my favorite. There are now new craftable light recipes on the furniture bench, and you can now craft petals in the textiles category. Also, there are now lighter variants for each cloth block, so you can craft those using a combination of different colored petals. And look at these pastels! I love it. I'm so excited. They're really pretty shades, and I've always been very desperate for some more pastel tones in Minecraft, so this is great. Also, instead of light hide drops, you will now get medium hide drops from bison, boar, cows, horses, and warthogs. Next up, we have farming, which is turning out to be my personal favorite thing to do in the game, honestly, aside from building, of course. But eternal crops won't break if you accidentally hit them, bless. And if you intentionally break a fully grown eternal crop, it will then drop their seeds back so you can replant them somewhere else. That's great. I love the eternal crops concept, but they are very expensive to make, so the fact that they are now certainly eternal is great news for me. You can also now place harvested crops on the ground when crouching. This is also huge for me because now I can use my crops to decorate my builds. So I'm definitely gonna be placing pumpkins and a variety of other things everywhere. They've also fixed a bug where tilled soil won't decay under fully grown crops anymore. Doesn't really change anything except visuals, but I like visuals, so that's great news. You can also now hold torches in your offhand when using the hoe and planting seeds. So if you like to do some midnight gardening like I do, you won't be planting in darkness. Hoes now unlock at different farming bench tiers, and thankfully in a way that makes them a bit more accessible. Copper is now available for tier 2 instead of 4, iron for tier 4 instead of 8, and thorium is now craftable at tier 6. Last up, we have some UI stuff. You can now shift click on armor to directly equip it if you don't already have armor on, so that is helpful. There's now an FPS counter overlay option in settings under general and then user interface. You can now see see fellow players on the compass, which I'm excited about. That is very helpful. And in addition, I love this, it will even show an up or down indicator if the player is above or below you. Very convenient. There were also a whole lot of little bug fixes and visual fixes that I won't bore you with, but if you really want to get into all the teeny tiny details, I will link the patch notes down in the description so you can check them out yourself pretty easily. But that's pretty much it for this one. This game has been out for what, like a week, and we've already got 2 updates with a lot of adjustments. I know I'm a little late to the punch on making Hytale content, but I have binged it for the past week, and I feel now ready to start making content for you guys with Hytale. I cannot wait to see what is to come with future updates. I am also now officially a Hytale creator. Woo! So if you haven't bought the game yet and have been thinking about it, you can use my creator code Cozy Squirrel at checkout to help support me and my content. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Of course, that's always the best way to support me in my content creation endeavors. But I've got some more Hytale and Minecraft and a whole lot of other stuff too coming up in the works that I'm very excited to show you. Other than that though, thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Happy crafting!